5:14 a.m. 5/5/2017. Good morning. Alright, this goes back a couple days, or a couple years ago. I was trying to throw a rummage sale. Mom and Dad had so much stuff, and Brad had even gone down and got the rummage sale permit. That's this yellow slip right here, and I already had it on my wood pile. Firewood. This is the firewood, well, some of it. There was a huge amount of it that Brad's buddy had picked up for us. Trailered it over. Car trailer heaped up with it. And they put some of it here on the porch. And then here's some over by the door in a rick. And then we took some that was smaller, they had gotten around to cut, into the house. Was there by the front door, so we didn't have to pay on the door to go out and get any. Well, about this time I was getting stuff ready for this rummage sale. Not really thrilled about it, because I never did real good. Got a letter from the city accusing this here stuff that you're looking on it with bark. Excuse me. My voice dropped. Let's have a copy for that. Same stuff you're looking at right here in this top picture. With the bark intact. Same as here. Random firewood. They said was lumber, and I had it piled up on my porch, and it was a hazard. Your lumber, madam, is a problem. Right while I'm trying to throw a rummage sale, they start their crap. And it is crap. And besides that, and I don't have the letter, I didn't scan it. Wish I had it now. Over towards the front door there, Mom had a little table with a watering can, green watering can. She painted it with these flowers in it. And they said, to the effect of, no indoor furniture shall be outside. I'm like, what? You stupid piece of work. First, the building inspector doesn't even know the difference between firewood and lumber. That should be of a great concern. Because Sedalia, just prior to this, like within the recent past year and a half, 2 years, something like that, got $1 million. I think they levied it, though, to build a new school. So what kind of building materials did Sedalia, Missouri's 65301 use in their new school? Did they use lumber, or did they use, like up here, firewood? That should be a great concern, the quality of the materials used. Because, I got to think about that this morning. That'd be easy enough if nobody was paying that much of attention. They could have gone, showed on paper that they had gotten a bunch of grade A, class A, whatever, how they rank it, materials, had the receipt, and then swapped it off with someone for some subgrade of materials. And made a bunch of money besides that on top of it. So you gotta watch them creeps in Sedalia. You really do. I had enough of it. I moved to a very small town. There's not a lot to shop at but big whoop-de-doo, right? At least I bet they'd know the difference between firewood and actual lumber. See, lumber's what went into the construction of this here shelf. My husband and my dad, there in the front room for my mother, she had a lot of collected stuff, had built this ceiling to floor bookcase all across the wall. And well, some of the stuff I'd already gotten out of there and sold or gave away or whatever. And so this one cubicle of, there are probably 4 or 5 shelves in that one little section. We decided we just put the firewood. For like I said, not having to run in and out the door, fanning the cold air in. As you can tell, I've still got my cold. So I wrote an email to Mr. Building Inspector asking him why he didn't know the difference between firewood and lumber. Because, I mean, that's kind of basic, isn't it? When you're older, when you're in charge of something like the city's building codes, and you don't know the difference between firewood and lumber, I'd say you ought to go back and flip some hamburgers, Mr. Building Inspector, because that's a flunky day right there. You got an F for the day. I mean, what kind of idiot appointed you or hired you or whatever? That's just plain old stupid. So then, in the email, I provided some info about outdoor rooms, how they're taking over the nation. You know, people like their outdoor time, they like their TV time too, so some have been known to just move entire rooms outside for the nice weather. It's either under a canopy or gazebo or some sort of patio with partial enclosure. So they can not only accommodate more people, but be out in the nice, you know, enjoy the nature. So I guess this guy, or whoever it was, he, she, it, who knows, must have been some kind of high school dropout. Because if they had gotten any shop at all in school, or hung around anybody at school that had shop class, and most of the guys took shop class, surely they would have known, definitely they would have known the difference between firewood and lumber. That just kind of creeps me out right there. Well, yeah, we eventually got it cleaned up, of course. Got the swing hung back up there. But when they brought that wood over, I didn't know it, I don't guess. Bradley knew it first and then may have said, oh yeah, by the way, Mike's bringing some firewood. Well, I didn't happen to believe at the time it was going to be as much as it was. It was a great deal of firewood. Like for someone who would burn wood 24/7. Pardon me, this rainy weather. Well, we burned it as a supplement to the heat pump. We had a heat pump in there. Mom and Dad had it installed. It wasn't like somebody with a wood furnace out in the country and they're stoking that thing. You know, massive heating thing. So that's about all of my rant this morning. I just wanted to kind of point this out, that they thought they were going to get the best of me. Just like they always had. There have been so many instances they would just dig in. And this was just one of the moronic issues this morning, was some flunky dropout, know-nothing dude that they probably hired off the street anyway. Knowing them, they got it. They got him picked up down there by the bars on Main Street, where he was asleep on the sidewalk or something. You know how they are. They do this stuff just to get to you. So I didn't hear back from him, of course. But it wrecked my rummage sale. So that's Sedalia for you. Thanks for listening.